Stock Pulse News here, and we are talking Silvercorp Metals. Silvercorp trades as SVM in the New York Stock Exchange in the U.S. and SVM in the Toronto Stock Exchange in Canada. Got a little earnings report here and do a general update with Vice President Lon Shaver. Lon, appreciate you taking the time here. I know I'll see the company here in a couple weeks, the Stock Pulse Silver Symposium, but I guess in front of that, had some earnings out there, some pretty impressive numbers. Why don't you run through those and give us a little general corporate update?
Looking at the commentary that we could make when you look across the sector, we're pretty happy with the results that we had from what's our first fiscal quarter. To make 8 cents on an adjusted basis, so that's backing out the noise, 8 cents. I think that was a pretty good number. And depending on how you include the different analysts, we were either at or beat consensus for earnings. But what's I think more important or more interesting, was operating cash flow at 40 million is a pretty good number. So on track, no change to our guidance, which represented reasonable upticks in terms of metal production for silver, lead, zinc, and then in particular gold, because we have some gold zones and we've been developing into those to bring those into the mine plan for production. So no change to the guidance that we have, and it's charge ahead, right?
Yeah, let's get into the conditions a little bit here. We were talking, I guess, beforehand here about. I guess it was worse here a little while ago, and now it seems to be strengthening here. I think we've mentioned some reasons why silver should strengthen, but you put these numbers together really in a pretty flat silver environment, if not a down environment.
Yeah, no, I mean, in terms of realized silver pricing, our price as compared to a year ago, I think it was down 17%, I think was the number. So that's not bad, to deliver that kind of results. Obviously, we were helped by production. We're talking about ramping up production in terms of throughput at the mines, and that's showing in the production numbers and the metal output for pretty much all the metals. So that's obviously made a great contribution, to the numbers, and it's kind of business as usual. I mean, I think you were chatting earlier about the market and market recognizing things. If you look at our market cap and you look at the value stack that we have, relative to our market cap, you take the market cap, back out the cash of 215. Well, let's talk about that cash. What are we going to do with it? Well, we've been pretty prudent managers of that cash. Pay a small dividend. You can see in the results, we've been buying back some stock when things got really ugly in the markets there. But the name of the game is to maintain a balanced approach, balanced strategy. That cash will come in handy, when we find that right development target that we want to buy. And there's a few other catalysts coming down the road here where we could see some good uses for that cash. So again, back that 215 out. Okay, well then let's look at what else is in the company. We have equity positions, and that was about 145 million US as at the end of June, despite sort of what we had in terms of choppy markets. And the biggest position there is our New Pacific position. I talked about catalysts. New Pacific is going to have a number of them this year, so we're really excited as 28% shareholder of New Pacific to see what they're going to deliver. So again, come back to the market cap, back out the cash, back out that investments. What are you really paying for those mines which have a 17-year track record, low all-in sustaining costs, putting cash on the balance sheet, and see other people talk so glowingly about where they've bought back stock. They're buying back stock if they do. That they've issued a few quarters ago into their ATM because they weren't making money. We haven't issued any shares except for employee stock options and things like that. So
yeah, let's consolidate a message here. I think that's a great overview of painting a tremendous picture of value here. As I look at your chart here, it's a rough one here, but boy, I tell you, I should be excited if I had an opportunity to even get involved at this level here. So
oh yeah. Yeah,
I guess kind of guide a little bit from there beyond what you said.
Well, I think we've always represented a good value and entry point, but even where you've got choppiness, we all think that silver should trade higher, but if it trades sideways or even down, we're a company that's going to continue to make money and not dilute shareholders. And so that's from the operating assets. And then you look at what are you buying into? Well, you're getting 28% exposure in New Pacific. The Silver Sand project, their resource, if you add the M&I and the inferred together, 190 million ounces, that was 2 years ago. That resource is going to get updated. So you're getting a piece of that action when you buy into Silvercorp. Following on, a new resource at Silver Sand is a PEA for that project, moving it ahead into permitting. On the discovery side, project number 2 at New Pacific, Corangus has been throwing out some phenomenal numbers, both in terms of a silver layer, but then also some really deep intercepts of gold, looking like a very large system. Has the company and others, in the market and in the country, very excited about what this can represent. So again, come back and look at what you're getting in terms of an entry point for Silvercorp. Solid performing assets, delivering cash flow consistently, $215 million US in cash, ready to go for an opportunity. And I'd say the flow has picked up in the last couple of months with some new things that are coming free from people maybe that were holding on to them for a while. So we're looking at these things. We'd love to be able to come forward and announce a great new acquisition of a project that we think is going to dramatically change the prospects of the company.
Okay, quite the update there, and certainly a lot to pay attention to, and a lot of reasons to take a look at Silvercorp Metals and, of course, New Pacific. So, Lon Shaver, he is the Vice President, Silvercorp Metals, SVM, New York Stock Exchange, SVM, Toronto Stock Exchange. Again, Lon, appreciate the time. Look forward to checking back in when you hit the wire again.
Thanks, Rob. Look forward to coming down and meeting up with everybody at the conference.